Remain relaxed. You all know the basic idea of meditation is to achieve silence of the mind. When it becomes silence, its attention automatically goes to itself. Just like when you are not attentive to anything else, your attention is on yourself. But here, it is on the body. But in meditation, it will go truly onto the real self. That's what you will achieve. You have to practice just watching so that you don't get involved with the thoughts and visions. That is important.
The topic today is the total security of the self. And so, Babaji, the first question, everyone tries to find some sort of security in this world. There's the financial security, having a home, family, status, etc. But Babaji talks about the real total security that's found in the self. How is that different, Babaji?
See, when we talk of security, if you remember in my talks, I have told insecurity is one of the basic reasons for humanity to go into a conflict. And that is threatened. Our own existence is threatened. So the existence is the highest security we would need. And here, what spirituality alerts, the entire universe is impermanent, including your own physical body is impermanent. Like today it is there and tomorrow it's not there. So it is advocated that you try to go for your real self, which is permanent. If the body is impermanent, if you find the permanent existence of your real self, then only you can feel secure all the time. Once you know what you are, how you exist, why that existence is called as eternal. Ancient sages who realized the self, they called it as immortal soul or eternal existence. It is always there because it never appeared, it never came into existence. So it is always there. So that's what you have to realize. Means you are already that actually, but you need to become aware of it. Just now you are aware of yourself as the physical body and you have forgotten your real self. As Swamiji said, you have forgotten yourself. Meditate and know yourself. That's what has to happen for a secure existence. So in this session, as more questions would come, we can discuss more in detail about this and how we can become aware of it, why we have forgotten.
Thank you, Babaji. So, Babaji, the problem is that we have identified ourselves as this physical body. Therefore, we are worried that something may happen all the time to us. Is that how all the problems start?
Yeah. It is say the misidentification of the I, me, and then the mine, me and mine, problem starts. Somewhere in some life, when we start feeling there is something wrong in this. Like as a child, I used to feel if the happiness is there, it should be there at all times, permanent. And if we are that Atman, that soul, as the scriptures, all great teachers have mentioned, why is that we are not aware of it? So we realized in the course of our tapas and all, the consciousness has shifted from itself to the physical body by coming in contact with the brain and its reflections. Just like you are sitting and you are watching the movie, and your consciousness shifts from yourself to the movie, you start feeling as if you are in the movie. So anything good happens, bad happens, when you would have identified yourself to one of the characters of the movie or to the story of the movie, entirely anything. So you would feel as if it's happening to you. You can become emotionally choked, you can become insecure, and you can become panicked, fearful, excited, and so on. All these are reasons that the consciousness has shifted from yourself to the movie. In the same way here, the consciousness has shifted from the real self to the physical body. We are in touch with this world through the reflections of the brain. Brain is in touch with the universe through the nervous system and sensory organs. It receives message and it passes on the order also. In that process, it reflects as a thought process or a visual effect. We as the mind, as the consciousness, catch that and registers in itself. So then it feels as if that has become that. We have become one with the world. All the people of the world belongs to us, and that this body is me. Like that, the conscious shifting has resulted in this misidentification of the self. So it is no problem living in the world. One should not misunderstand. Simply, if we know about ourselves, if we become aware of who we are, then there is always that secure existence is there. The same thing in Bhagavad Gita's teachings also, Sri Krishna talking to Arjuna tells him, no weapon can slay the self, and no water can soak, and no fire can burn. So it is such an insecure, and it does not need anything for its existence. It is always at peace. So that is what one needs to realize. Through the practice of meditation, the consciousness shifts back to self. When you get rid of all thoughts and visions, just by watching and not getting involved into thoughts and visions, you won't analyze or start thinking further. You just quietly watch. That is the important factor of meditation that we repeatedly keep telling you, just watch. Do not repeat anything. Don't try to analyze anything. Just watch. When you just watch, then the thoughts and visions all disappear. They dissolve. Because when you are holding that thought, it is there. When you do not hold on to that, it will disappear. Just like when you think, a thought appears in the mind. Watching that thought, mind forgets, this thought is there because of my imagination. Instead, mind considers that thought to be a fundamental reality and gets carried away with that thought. Any thought that comes to us, whether we are suffered or we are not good and we are bad or we are good and we are enjoying, we get carried away with that as if it's happening to us. So that's how the consciousness shifting has happened, which we have to bring it back to self. Then we can realize our real self. That's what a yogi experiences in deeper samadhi, that we all experienced it when we did tapas by the grace of our guru and experienced that one. So in the process of that experience only, we could observe all these truths as taught by our guru.
Thank you, Babaji. So we believe the imagination to be a fundamental reality. And does the mind therefore go into cravings also? How do the cravings start, Babaji?
The craving starts for need of happiness, because everybody knowingly or unknowingly are looking for peace and happiness. So they do not know the path. And they look for that in this world, which is impermanent. And they become victims of the body urges, and they always try to go for looking for the happiness. So that is why they are looking in this world happiness. Whatever you do it for your happiness only. If you don't get happiness, you won't like to do it. Like coming to a saint like us, some people, they might find happiness, they get attracted, they might find inspired to come into this meditation classes, and they are keep waiting for 1 week. When will Babaji come again online? When will we get to hear him talking? When will we get him hearing him answering a question? All these things. Otherwise, some people come and they get bored. Oh, what is all these things? We should go and enjoy the world. You enjoy the world, no problem, nobody will stop. But the day you are unable to enjoy, let me know. I tell people, we have other things which is really enjoyable is the self. So that is how we have to find ourselves, go back to the self. And for that, we have to practice. First, we have to get rid of what has made us going into craving. So that is what the wanting of peace and happiness, as I told, that's why the cravings come. So we imagine that this thing can give us happiness, an ice cream can give us happiness, a vehicle car can give us happiness, flying in the air can give us happiness, owning a property can give us happiness. If I become the king of a country, that can give us happiness. So like this, we go on imagining, and then we start thriving to own that one. But in the process also, it's always anxiousness. That's what in Yoga Vasistha also, Vasistha talks, mind is either brooding about the past or is anxious about the future. And in the process of thoughts, a foe can appear as a friend can appear as a foe, because the mind tells. But the mind can give only what it imagines. It cannot give any truth at all. The truth is only when there is no imagination in the mind. That means you are face to face in your consciousness with the truth. That's what the truth it is. Adi Shankara tells, when you come face to face in your consciousness, and when your consciousness is not into any type of imagination, know that existence as the truth. Just now one can become confused. What is the truth? How will we come face to face? It is the you only. You can come face to face to yourself only when you stop thinking. Until then, your attention is onto your thinking. So first you are trying to get rid of the thoughts through this practice of meditation just by watching. One day when you achieve the silence, then your attention goes to yourself. Then you will wonder, because that existence is the most highest infinite form, not visible to the naked eyes. You cannot catch hold of it. You cannot show it to anybody. Where do you exist? Where is this mind? What is its color? Nothing. Yet you will experience you are there. And that is the most secure existence. Because another thing how you will find is, when you meditate, you can make all thoughts and visions that are in the mind disappear. But you cannot make yourself disappear. That is what I have been telling as consciousness of existence. In the midst of millions of thoughts, there is this consciousness of existence, which is not an imagined thought, but a reality. That is why you cannot make it disappear. Even if you just watch, you just merge in that. It is there all the time. You realize that is not disappearing. You yourself, it is. So that's how you will realize why is it the mind is going into the craving all the time, wanting happiness, wanting a secure existence.
Thank you, Babaji. So when we are face to face in that consciousness, with that consciousness of existence, does that mean we don't have the need for anything? Is that how we feel secure? There's no need for anything anymore.
Yeah, by then all cravings would have stopped. The cravings will stop only when you don't feel the need of anything. You will be supremely peaceful. That is there automatically. You are the source of that supreme peace. When there is supreme peace, you don't go into any craving of the need of anything at all. You don't need. When there is supreme peace, there is contentment. This is the most elusive thing for any human being, particularly in general to all creatures. Contentment. When you are totally peaceful, you are content also. So then there is no craving. Then you are secure.
So, Babaji, contentment is not an imagination. Then. If you're totally silent, you're not imagining that you're content. Right?
Yeah, no thought will come. So how will you imagine that you are content? The contentment automatically is there. Contentment is there because there is no craving for any need. If there was no contentment, you would have started craving for a need. Now coming out of Samadhi, I am able to tell, answering your question or in my talks or in the teachings, this is what happened. But at that time, there will not be any thought that you are content. You are content, that's it. Just like you are soundly sleeping, there will not be any thought that you are sleeping.
Babaji, is that different from an experience, therefore? We say, I had this experience that this happened, but when the mind becomes totally silent.
Yeah, as long as you claim that you experience, there is a duality. You experienced something that may not you and experience as a separate thing you experience. That always happens when a duality is there. Like you eat a beautiful bread and you tell, I enjoyed the bread. I feel so contented after eating. So the separation is there. That means you are not happy with yourself. You wanted something and you got that. So temporarily you became happy. Temporarily because that bread is temporary. Once you eat, it is finished. The old saying is there. You cannot eat the cake and have it too.
So, Babaji, how can one abide in that real self, in that total security and peace, while living as a body in this world?
Simple thing is, the moment you start thinking, that means when you start thinking, you become the mind. You and your mind get separated. That means like if this is you, when you start thinking, the mind comes out. In consciousness, in illusion only. As long as there is thinking, this separation is there and you are not abiding in yourself. And thereby you lose your peace and happiness and contentment thereby. Throughout your life, you see, you try to obtain this happiness and contentment in this world. It is so elusive. If you get one thing, the craving starts for another thing. If you sort out one problem, 10 other crops up like this. The world makes you to dance to its tunes because you always try to go into a head-on collision with the world. The world as it is going will not be acceptable because you have your own imagination about your happiness and your contentment and you want that. If that is not available in this world and if you are not getting that, and you go into a depression and you lose that peace and happiness, you are unhappy, you are insecure. So that's how things keep working. So if you can stop these imaginations, thoughts and visions, then the process is automatic. Then you abide by yourself. Automatically this goes and gets absorbed into the self. You don't have to do anything else, because there is no such rope through which you can tie this mind and pull it back to the self and make it abide. Will never be possible. Simply if you give up the thoughts and visions, if you just watch, how can you give up? You have to just watch them. Mean you don't get involved. You don't analyze them. You don't make any judgments. Just let the world be there. In your mind, if you don't judgment. To live in this world, you may have to make judgment, but that need not be your judgment sitting in your consciousness all the time. This actor is acting very well in the movie. That is like that you judge, but that will not have to sit in your mind all the time. That you also imagine yourself as an actor in that movie and you go on imagining further. So then you get involved. There is no need for that. This world also, you live in this world, you analyze, you make a judgment, but leave it there. Don't carry it in your mind as a load all the time. So this is possible only when you do meditation and eventual tapas slowly. So that is the practical thing. Otherwise, simply by listening, one would be wondering, how can we achieve? How will it happen? How will the thoughts go? The theory will not give practicality. You practice and silence the mind. Then you will get it. You bake the bread and then you get the bread. Simply by talking, I have to bake the bread, the master said. I have to bake the bread, the master said. You will not get the bread. You have to bake it yourself. You should learn the method when the master teaches.
Babaji, is it also important to learn acceptance in the world? If we may have a desire, I want this to happen in this way, or we may have a fear, I hope it doesn't happen in this way, like an illness to the body or whatever it is. But is the acceptance, is that the practice also that Babaji talks about?
If acceptance can be practiced, we get used to that one, then also our mind can become quiet and become consciousness simply. Unknown to you, you can be enjoying a peace and contentment. So that's what 20 years means. That I'm just talking of my experience. When we were with our Guru, whatever we needed to do, we went on doing. So I never had any craving, why I have to do this, why I should not be doing this, why I'm not getting this, why I get this. Simply went on. Whether it was food or whether any work that we had to do, whether anything we got or we didn't get, whether we could travel with Swamiji or not travel, we could get anything. So we never allowed the mind to go into craving, and there was satisfaction, quietness. Simply mind receded. When mind receded, there was contentment. There was no insecurity at all. I never felt that I'm losing anything. This body will go one day, that's it. But simply pray that we don't be reborn again. I must not get into any physical body at all. Must not see any scene, any world. Bless for that acceptance. So as I prayed and went into acceptance, the mind automatically used to become quiet. There wouldn't be any cravings. We never missed anything, never went into any depression, never felt any low, always enthusiastic and at peace.
So Babaji has said that he felt so secure at the lotus feet of Swamiji, his guru. Could Babaji explain this security in the guru? Is that what the faith is about?
That is the faith. In devotional path, when the mind needs an anchor, as long as still if it has not yet experienced in the samadhi, total stillness, So instead of having millions of thoughts which makes you insecure and going to craving and all these things, you just develop such faith in a guru. The guru is there. Whatever he does for us, it is all for our good only. He has better things in his store for us. Whatever he does, whether he loved us, whether he shouted at us, whether he showed any dislike, whether he showed any like, whether he appreciated us, whether he ridiculed us, anything, it's okay, no problem. So then you have this acceptance. So then you have this faith. When you have faith, only this acceptance comes. The guru is there. He is my all in all. He is my father. He is my mother. He knows what is good for me. Means we felt so secure at his lotus feet. He was like an umbrella. Under the umbrella, so we felt so secure. The guru is there always. Even now also, the guru is there. Even though the mind has become quiet and it is pure consciousness. So like that, in devotional path, faith is important. The faith also can help you to win. That's why if you are emotional, if you are into devotional path, one thing Swamiji taught ki, never lose faith. You can lose anything of the world. You lose the entire world and your own body, but don't lose faith. Then you can become quiet and go into the self.
Thank you, Babaji. So the devotional path alongside the meditation, is that the strongest way really to achieve this?
That is one of the paths, devotion. If you are emotional, you'll love. You love your guru. Means you must understand, you loving your guru means it should be unconditional, first of all, and not the physical body. It is the soul, from soul to soul, that you love. Because then you will be able to see the master in your heart, and he is everywhere. Everywhere means in every action he is there. When there is a slap on our cheek, also he is there. When there is a kiss on our forehead, also he is there. He doesn't go away when it is slapped. Means when life slaps us sometimes, he is there. That's because of him only. His grace. Something has protected us. Maybe more serious calamity had to happen, but we have been protected. You will always be positive in thinking. It's for a larger cause this is happening. So all such things, you will always love the Guru. That type of love must be there. Many people don't understand. They openly outside they talk, oh my Guru, we love you so much, we love you so much. But there is hardly any love for them. They love if the Guru can give them what they want. If the Guru can help me not to undergo any difficulties at all, if the Guru can give me money, he can make me rich, he can give me glory, he can give me what I want, he can give me success in life, then I love you, Guru. That is different. If a little bit happens in life and they lose that love and they abuse the Guru, this is very sad. I wanted to say, years ago, one person, he was a businessman, he was coming. He used to talk all the time, I love you, Babaji, I love you, you are so wonderful, I love you, Babaji. And my son tells me, this Babaji talks in English also, so wonder, for every small thing he used to come. Then he wanted to sell some property. So that was not happening. So he took my blessing. I said, I'll pray for you, you take my blessing, but you need to have faith. Otherwise, these things won't work. He went, and after some time he came. So I could not sell that one. I could not get the price. So I had to give it for very low price. And when my brother bought it for a low price, then he could sell it for such a higher price. In spite of my faith in you, in spite that I loved you, Babaji, why I failed? Why did you make me fail? He accused me and then stopped coming in. After that, I haven't seen him. He never came back. He was a businessman. He meant only money. They cannot think anything beyond that. They don't know what love of a guru means, what a love, what a guru can do for them. Liberation. That value they cannot understand. Such people cannot love the guru. That love is not a real love. Real love.
So we need to give up our expectations, Babaji. Just simply.
Yeah. Love is acceptance. When you love, you will not have any expectations at all. In whichever way, wherever you keep me, I am happy to remain like that, my Lord. That is in one of the prayers. Great sage has said, one of the saints have told like that one.
So then we're always content as well, Babaji, in that surrender.
Yeah. So if you love, you are always contented. Whatever comes, you are contented. If a work happens, you are contented. If that work doesn't happen, you are contented. It's okay.
Thank you, Babaji. Babaji, just one more question, if that's okay. Babaji has said, what you are is more important than what others think of you. Could Babaji explain this?
This is generally in this world. People expect appreciation and certificates. If somebody is not liking, somebody criticize, because people of this world, they will have all the 6 enemies in their mind. Greed, anger, jealousy, like this, false pride. So if you are progressing, if you are good in nature, they feel jealous and they don't like. So when such people come, they get affected and they are saddened, they are depressed. They come and talk to me. Then I tell, by what you are is more important than what others think about you. If the other fellow is thinking that you are not good and you are not enough and you are not really talented, so you don't have to worry. Whatever you are talented, you are talented. That is more important. He doesn't have to certify you. Don't wait for another certificate. So like that, I have given counseling to them psychologically to feel strong. So in the same way, finally, if we come to spirituality, when you realize the self, means when you come to know about that truth, many people misunderstand a yogi or a saint, when he knows the self, he knows everything. That type of things. Myths have been built up. Actually, Swamiji said one thing, you see, when you know the self, that means after knowing which you don't have to know anything else. You know the self doesn't mean that you have to know what is happening in a particular street, in another continent or a world. That is not important. That is not the thing a yogi would do. People keep asking, do you know what is going to happen to me tomorrow? What will be in my future? Will I become the president of America or not? So these things are not spirituality. These are all myths. People of the worldly people want to know about these things. So that's what a guru's blessings and a grace. He knows the self means he knows that truth. When you can also know that truth, you know that you are secure and you don't need anything else. You will understand that is the most important thing. Let others think anything. Even in my life as a yogi also, for the last 20 years, several people come and keep giving me lectures. Look at that saint, he is so famous and thousands and millions go to him. He talks so colorfully, he conducts all dances, he himself also dances, he hugs people. There is another saint who hugs all devotees who come. You should also be doing some such activity so that this ashram can become famous. The hall should be full at least. Why is that you are not attracting people? You are not doing. I have simply told you, see, you want to attract people, you have to take such actions which can attract people. You invite a film actor or a politician, 50,000 people will come. If a film actor comes to meet me, then all the neighbors, everybody come running, they are crazy. Oh, and they pretend as if they have come for me. They do pranam, they talk. But the next day they will all disappear. What will I do with such people? I have experienced a truth. I am happy. I feel fortunate if 167 people are sitting here to meditate with me is not a small number. Even if one person, as my guru said, understands my philosophy, that's what I would like to convey. I will insist that this is the truth. When you meditate, this is what you can achieve. Don't expect that you will levitate or you will fly at 35,000 feet. Don't expect any such things. That is not a miracle. Much more wondrous thing is you yourself. When you go introvert, it is there. When you experience that truth, it is the most hair-raising. Vasishtha tells this is the rarest of rare thing. This is the most wondrous, the most hair-raising experience when you know yourself, Hey Rama. When this is such a great, important, valuable thing, why would we go for achieving anything else? Through meditation and tapas, we don't need any siddhis at all. Why do we need? If I pay 10,000 rupees, Indian rupees, 20,000 Indian rupees, I can fly at 35,000 feet. Few $100s is good enough. You don't do tapas for that. Tapas is done for the rarest of rare thing, which you cannot achieve through anything else. Even if you are the emperor of the entire universe, you cannot achieve simply because you are emperor. You can achieve only when you meditate. If you are the richest person of the world also, you cannot achieve. Only when you meditate, you can achieve. And this is the tally. So what is it that you want to achieve? So I wanted to achieve. That's why I came to my Guru Shiva Bala Yogi. Initially for curiosity, millions came for his darshan, but everybody did not learn meditation. They just came, saw him and went away. They thought he will work miracles for them. He will give them chains and rings and whatnot. He blessed through his tapashakti is a different. Those people who had faith, they were blessed also. But what I'm talking is working of miracles by a yogi. Then slowly people withered away. Few actually came for meditation to Swamiji. Swamiji never bothered. He told me, when you become a yogi, whoever is destined to receive your blessing, the divine Guru will bring it for you. You don't have to go into any craving. So we don't have to go into craving why 50,000 people are not here in our meditation class. 167 are here. Great. So many people have interest and believe in this method. They want. That's what I believe, that they all want self-realization. That is what I can give. When you meditate, this is what you can get.
Pranam Babaji, pranam. My greeting from Ganesh Chaturthi. I want to ask a question, Babaji, that importance of mantra, because as Babaji says that mantra, all mantras are one and the same, like there's no faith in the mantra is important, right? That this is what Babaji says. But Babaji, like my father, he wanted to listen to Mahamrityunjay mantra on his on when he was sick, highly sick. Once he wanted to listen, I recited, he went well, or not by my mantra, all by everything. The next year also he had a heart attack. Again I recited, he went well. Third year he wanted to, he again had a heart attack. He said, recite that Mahamrityunjay mantra. I got upset. You know why he always wants to meet you? Say Mahamrityunjay mantra, and then I didn't recite, and then that year he expired. That time only he expired, Babaji. So you mean to say Mahamrityunjay mantra and Gayatri mantra, there is no difference?
Definitely no. He is living, he is overcoming the sickness, and he is dying. Have nothing to do one particular mantra. It is the faith. Faith gets connected to divinity. Whether it is Gayatri mantra, you see the history of Indian history in the devotional path. Tulsidas took Rama's name. Mirabai took Krishna's name. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa took Mother Kali's name.
Yes,
They
sir.
all got what they wanted. We took Om Shivaya Shivabala Yogendraya Parabrahmanaya. Guru's grace descended on us. So if any mantra can work for anybody, that means the secret is something else. The faith.
Faith.
That is more important.
Yes, sir.
And
That's it.
Kabir and
Kabir.
Valmiki decided Mara, Mara, Mara. Valmiki was
Mhm.
initiated in the way of Mara. In
Yes.
Indian language, Rama, in the opposite, if it is Mara, means dead, dead, dead. That's what he repeated as he went on repeating Mara, 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 Mara. It became Rama, Rama, Rama. In his consciousness absorbed it and he became realized.
Pranam, Babaji. So my question is, we are talking about the cravings of the mind to want something constantly. So is it really the problem of the mind or the problem of the five senses? When I'm sleeping, I do not have any cravings. But when I'm awake, my senses are constantly feeding the mind to crave more. So should we we should tackle the mind or the five senses?
You see, the senses are there in the body. They are in touch with the universe. They will automatically do what they have to do. It is the mind which you can tackle because mind belongs to you. Mind, if it is have the power to defend itself, it will not become a victim of the sensory organs. Whether it goes to sleep, whether it is awake also, it can remain not becoming a victim of the sensory organ will be possible when you practice meditation.
I want to ask a question regarding the whatever happening in the world. When I see in every field, in tech, politics, or in family members, or in environmental aspect, everywhere I see corruption, and humans are destroying animals, polluting airs, and these things. After seeing these things, feel uncomfortable inside the heart.
You see, if you practice meditation, this discomfort you will be able to overcome. In this world, corruption is there because particularly humanity have advanced tremendously through science and technology, but have forgotten spirituality. That's why they have not been able to purify their mind. They have become more greedy, selfish, and narrow-minded. So that is what is happening. So if you practice meditation and if you achieve peace within, maybe you can inspire one or at least few people in this world to come onto this path and practice while living in this world also will be possible. But instead of that, if you simply become discomfort, you will be a victim and you will not be able to help anybody. That's why I always tell, simply by worrying, you cannot help anybody. But if you stop worrying, maybe you can help somebody. Whatever is possible, you can always help. Like we always try to inspire people to practice spirituality, meditation along with the worldly life so that they can overcome any corruptness in the mind. So you also do, that's what I advise, and you will overcome this uncomfort inside you by seeing the world, and you will be able to talk good things and try to inspire others also to take up meditation.
Oh, pranams, Babaji. Thank you so much. Regarding the meditation, so after this time of practicing with you, I do feel like much improved stability in my posture, that I can maintain, meditative posture more easily for the
Very
hour without moving. So I'm like, that's amazing after quite a long time. So now the mind has, I believe I have some taste of, resting in the self, but constantly visions, as you say, just watch as thoughts and visions appear. So is there anything in that, so thoughts or visions appear, I become aware, where that, is there anything more about that? Just continue with that vairagya. What will make it so that they will no longer, remain with the self?
Yeah, you see, by practice, you have come so far. Your body has stabilized sitting. You have got some good experiences also. So keep going further. Don't get attracted to any of the vision or thoughts. Just watch them, focus on them, remain focused so that your mind remains single pointed. Then those thoughts and visions will disappear. One day you will be able to achieve more long, the gap increases. The quiet gap in between two thoughts increases. That is what the consciousness is. Your mind will regain the form of consciousness. Then you will be able to enjoy more peace, and eventually you will realize yourself. I will pray for you.
Thank you, Babaji. Thank you.
Baba, so good to see you. Amazing again. I'm in Spain on vacation, and I got here on Monday and they lost my suitcase. So the suitcase had everything, all my clothing and everything you can imagine. I have one pair of shorts, one pair of underwear, one t-shirt, and one pair of sandals, and then my phone and my laptop, and that's it. So what I experienced is that I was about almost fine with nothing. I mean, it felt good to not have all these things. Like I said, almost fine. I'm still looking forward to getting the suitcase back, hopefully in the next day or two. So my question for you is, do I have to force non-attachment? In other words, I can see how moving away from stuff to having very little stuff is probably what's going to happen. Do I just let this happen naturally, or should I make an effort to have less things?
Let it happen naturally. Otherwise, the mind will go into cravings. It will start missing. So you will get this type of experiences, because life is both mixture of good and bad, happiness and unhappiness. When you lose, it's okay. Don't bother. Let it go. It is gone. If it is there, let it go. Thus, gradually, you will achieve. You are not attached to either of the thing. If the suitcase is there also, it's okay. You are not bothered. If the suitcase is not there, you are not bothered. Like that, in all circumstances and situations, you will be able to be happy.
Well, that sounds good. Thank you, Baba.
Yeah, Namaste, Guruji, Babaji. My question is, as today is actually Vinayak Chavithi, we always pray to the Ganesh to give the buddhi So, what is the real meaning of buddhi in relation to the actually meditation?
Buddhi is ability to discriminate the real from unreal, good and bad. That is the application of wisdom, buddhi. So you should apply in regard to meditation. I need this meditation. It's for my peace and happiness, for my own realization. Then you will go for it. You will not wait for anybody to push you, recommend you. Just like, for example, everybody realizes that you all need food to survive, livelihood to survive. You won't wait for a guru like me to give you lecture that you have to earn something, otherwise you won't be able to live. You will take out time and set a priority that you want to earn and go and live. Like that, understand using your wisdom. The entire universe, world is impermanent. Your own physical body is impermanent. One day it will go away. Before that, there is an opportunity that you have a beautiful human body through which you are able to discriminate permanent and impermanent. You need to meditate and sit down for meditation. This is what you need to have the buddhi.
Namaste, Guru. Another question is there. Shall I ask?
Yeah, okay.
This question is actually regarding today's topic. Yeah, once we actually experience the self-consciousness, yes, there is no need of any actual security for the self. But till we get the self-consciousness, what is the role of self-control in relation to the in relation to total security of self? Till we achieve the self-consciousness.
Till you achieve the self-consciousness, have faith in a guru or have faith in God. So that will serve like an anchor to sustain yourself. And when you think about God, you will not become corrupted mentally. When you bring in God again and again, you are practice, then your mind will become alert. Oh, what I am thinking, the corrupted way is bad. I must not do this. Let God be with me always. Let my guru be with me always. Like that, it will help you to self-restrain and control of yourself. All these things will be possible. You will be on the right path.
Pranam.
Yes.
Pranam Guruji. It's a pleasure to see you. I have been watching your videos on YouTube, and like you mentioned also, it's mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. I've been meditating on this part, and by the grace of God, I believe that my Kundalini has been activated. So due to that, what happens is that focus keeps on moving from here to here, and a lot happens. So my question to you is that should I still keep focusing on this part, or my focus is now has moved for quite some time on this part, or should I change the focus to this? Please, if you could guide.
Keep at one place is better. You
Sure.
keep your focus. So if it goes here, you feel like that, it's no problem. Automatically let it happen on its own. It will come back here. So it is here, it needs to be purified and achieve 100% of consciousness. Then permanently you will experience yourself here. That is before going to Samadhi. That is when totally it gets detached from the brain's reflections. So keep practicing. You are going good.
Sure, good.
Pranam, Babaji. Babaji, today I don't have specific question, but I was just wondering if Babaji could describe his times when in the 20 years of staying in ashram, when Babaji used to go back in the evening to the tree behind the ashram and read the scriptures or meditate. How was Babaji's experience in that utter silence and sitting outside?
Quietness, enjoyed the quietness and total contented, and gradually started experiencing the self. Because in those days only, in the mid-70s, I had read Yoga Vasistha in detail, and that thing has sat one sentence. It exists in itself. The truth exists in itself. when I saw the space, this is the ultimate truth. This is not actually space. It appears to be space because that is what the definition we have heard and our mind has assumed. But this is not simply a space, not a void place. It is the absolute. It is not just a zero. It is the absolute. So this firm conviction came about the self also, about the ultimate truth. And that was very hair-raising experience, wonders.
Babaji. Babaji, when you experienced this truth, did it stay for the whole time, or like was the contentment all day, or it was going up and down?
Nay, I think it went on staying for longer and longer because as the Karma Yoga was also happening to me, unknown to me, the peace was there always. So that way, that contentment was there. So never there was any craving of why this and why not that. That type of things didn't come. Guru is there always. That is enough for me. We love the Guru and the Guru is there. Nobody can snatch my Guru from me. He is in my heart.
Okay, Babaji. Thank you.
Namaskaram, Babaji. Babaji, when I'm actually closing my eyes and watching, so physical eyes are watching only the darkness. I'm seeing emptiness, darkness. But some thoughts, some visions will come, and that is imagination by mind. But my physical eyes are actually seeing only darkness. So is it I'm trying to see with my physical eyes that is into darkness?
No,
And again thoughts come. Yeah, Babaji.
Wait a moment. I will clarify here.
Yeah.
When you close the eyes, something is visible. But thinking that as darkness is your imagination.
Is again.
Because for a long time you are used to that thing as darkness. So instantly on watching, that thing comes to you as darkness, that you are watching darkness. You don't even realize that you are imagining. Just like we keep telling, you don't know what the world is. Nobody knows. Whether in science, spirituality, anywhere, all names and all identities are given for sake of understanding and communication. Nobody really knows what it is. A round thing is there, we call it planet. Then the planet, we call it with a criteria. Then it sits in our mind. Once I told you, when you were a child, this is apple. So that sits into your mind. Whenever you see that fruit, that as a fruit and that as an apple comes to your mind instantly. That is how this darkness also. Slowly try to withdraw that you are seeing any darkness. You are not seeing anything. Just see that. Let it happen. So then the thought of darkness and the mind both gets dealing with each other. So that is what you have to do when you are watching and watching. Continue the meditation. As the other thoughts you are able to recognize, slowly you will recognize this also. This is only a thought that is there. What is this? We don't know. Whatever it is, let it be. We don't have to bother. When you watch like that, what the benefit is, your mind will become quiet. That is what is needed.
Yeah, thank you, Babaji.
Namaskar, Babaji. My question is, how can people overcome past experiences of trauma, violence, or abuse in order to feel totally secure and safe in their bodies in the present moment? What do you recommend?
By becoming spiritual, total devotional path and meditating, these things can be very helpful. Be under the guidance of a master, self-realized master who can help you. Through this, you can overcome the past trauma. By realizing the past is over, it is not going to come back. By remembering the past, you are getting affected in the present also, which is not needed. So like that, if you are able to think and understand, then you will let go, at least for now. Don't have to be all the time playing, allow it to play in the mind. Right?
Good morning, Baba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blessing.
I'm wondering about, as we evolve on this path of Jangama meditation, at some point where we get an indication that as we move into the tapas, will we be connected with you specifically in terms of that Swamiji is outside of the body, but you're here in the body as the guru in this cycle of life? Will we get some indication of what are the next steps? Would that come internally, or will we be directed toward you in some form or another, or how would that process go about?
Yeah, you will get, when your mind becomes pure consciousness and turns introvert, you will see the guidance coming from the source, from within you. And that you will realize the Guru is there within you only. A divinity is there. That will come to you. Just now, you should bother cleansing the mind. Silencing the mind is more important. Then that indication will come to you.
Okay.
Pranam Babaji, I'm having some trouble with the camera, not able to switch on the video. Forgive me for that.
Okay.
My question is, while I'm able to keep my eyes closed for a longer time during meditation, the flow of thoughts and the visions that I'm having just don't seem to stop. How can I just keep going, and how will I know that I'm making any progress?
You see, first important, that's what the technique that is being taught. When thoughts and visions keep coming, you try to apply some willpower and just to watch them. Do not analyze or don't get involved with those thoughts. Like mind has a tendency to get involved. This is good, this is bad, why is this happening, why not something else? Like that, it gets carried away. Instead, let it be whether it is bad thought or a good thought, anything. You don't call it bad as the bad thought. You don't call the good thought as good. Just try to watch. Then slowly it will decrease. As they decrease, more peace comes to you. You will not be hurt easily by this world. You will enjoy more peace, and contentment will come. That is the real progress, is peace.
Sorry, Babaji. Yes, so there have been a couple of questions that have come in. Is it okay to ask them?
We will take the last couple of questions which has come before going for us.
The first one is from Paula, who asks, could you ask Babaji why we have forgotten who we are?
That's because too much getting involved into your own creativity. You are become preoccupied with its own imagination. So that is what has happened. So more than that is necessary. Just like watching a movie, you have become addicted to the movie. Movie after movie, movie after movie, you want to keep watching. And then you pick up such a habitual that you are unable to stop watching the movie. So that is the reason, life after life, this has happened. So to regain that, you have to get rid of the imaginations. That's what the teaching of meditation, so that you can achieve peace and regain yourself.
Thank you, Babaji. The next question is from Mukta. He asks, when asking inside for certain guidance inside of me, I am often not sure if the voice inside is intuition or it is mind stuff, imagination, fears, etc. How to dissolve the doubter effectively, which troubles me for years.
The more that you can silence the mind, the source from inside, whatever is coming, will be of a much better, highest quality, because the mind will touch, introvert its source. So more than that, you don't keep bothering whether it is right or not. You will be confused always. When it comes, you have to take a decision always. There is no such thing called the right decision. Everybody in the world can make mistakes. They might take some decision, but things might happen something else. without bothering for that. You just keep going. Try to silence the mind as much as possible. Then automatically the right intuition will come to you, and you will be able to take right, better decisions in a matured way will be possible. Just now you practice meditation. Don't be in a rush to know these things. Then that can be very confusing.
And it's just from Eshran, who asks, I'm having back pain when sitting for meditation for a long time. So how to avoid
If you have a back pain, please consult some therapist and try to do some exercises so that you don't feel that one. If necessary, you sit onto the wall, keeping your back and neck straight. If necessary, you can take the help of a pillow or some cushion behind, so that you can continue for some time. Meditating will be possible. Learn some yoga exercises, and with the therapist's help, if it persists, then you might need to consult a medical expert also. So then it will be all right.
Thank you, Babaji. Those are all good questions.
Wonderful. There has been some very lovely, good questions, giving me an opportunity to express my opinion, my experiences, what my guru taught me.